Hello everyone. Right, so I've got my extra Strygon and Vordak alternative parts back from the Myminifactory tribe. So these have all been printed out for me, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a comparison between them and the normal parts. So we can have a look at those. I've got a few other bits and pieces printed here. I'm just going to quickly shout out the Extreme Apollo. He's so cool. I love that model. The little smokestack stuff there. Looking forward to painting him up. That's very cool. Right, Fane of Nyrro. So, got a whole bunch of wings. So these are the Razor Fan wings. So these don't have that little slot piece on. So they've got like the normal ones have got this lip here to fit it in. And these ones don't, they've just got a little peg at the top. Which, you can just see a tiny little peg there. So that is the top of each one. It does seem to hold in place. These actually fit fairly flush, which is cool. Do the alpha head. So these are the wings. Now, notably, you've got damage here. This is not from a failed print. This is actually the nature of these parts. So all of the alternative parts are basically really badly battle damaged. Torn, extra bandages, claws ripped off, armor plates missing, things like that. So got lots and lots of scratches and things on those. All the snapped off blades up here. So again, not a print failure. They are supposed to look like that. And that's the alpha head with all the bandages around it and everything. So just to give you an idea. So where they don't have those pegs on, they're a little bit easier to get into place. Some of those pegs can be a little bit snug, and because it's touching the base, it's a bit hard to get on. So that's the original one, so slightly different pose as well. But they're looking pretty cool. And then swap the head over as well. So this is the lamprey head, and then we'll go with the bladed armor wings. These are going to be a little bit, mileage is going to vary on these ones because of they're touching the floor. So if you've done a really nice ornamental base, they're going to be a little bit of a nuisance to get into position, but those looking very cool. So again, got bandages up here. There's a damage on like corrosion on the blades. Again, up here. So by comparison, and these are in a similar pose. So that's the original one next to it. All the extra blades and things on here. The armor plate on the shoulder. This is all eaten and pockmarked away, whereas that's all nice and fresh. He's looking very cool. And then the head, by comparison, is this one. So it's got this big cloth around his neck, hanging down. So that's looking pretty cool. And then lastly, we've got the poison wings. These are the ones that I'm quite often going to be using on mine, and then my favourite head as well, the Screecher head on this one. So where this one doesn't have the bit on, it's a little bit loose fitting, and these magnet holes in this one are a little bit deeper, so the magnets are actually set back a little bit, so just be careful with those. Again, same as the normal Vordak wings and heads, they will use 5x2mm magnets. You could probably get 5x3 in these, so worth bearing in mind. And again, you've got like big chunks taken out of the wing, scratches and scarring on the wings here. Let's just swap that one out. Dropped that. So comparison to the other one, you've got this one's like all intact, whereas all of these armor plates and everything are damaged. So yeah, Vordak looking cool, and this head is great. So the original head is this one, but all of the teeth have been ripped out in the bottom of this one, replaced with these big metal teeth on the bottom. So yeah, and it's all like strapped on and bolted to the jaw, so looks like he's having a proper bad time. Then the Strygon. Now, if anything, these are a little bit more of a nightmare than the original wings for positioning. These do have the full peg on the Strygon ones, so in place, but again, the head, so the muzzle head, by comparison, is all battle damaged and chunks torn out of it. So it's going to be fun to paint up. Lots of rust and damage on that one, I think. Now, my Strygon, I actually put a little bit too much glue in the magnet holes, so it's not quite flush there, but that is my fault, not the model's fault. Again, you've got the scarring on the wings, all the damage, the claws ripped off the front. And again on here, a huge great big rent in the arm up here, which is looking cool. And the other set of wings. And then do the poison head. So again, happy little chappy with his poison head. He looks fairly similar. The spike is slightly different and the armor plating at the top is gone on the alternate part one. So looking pretty cool, and they've got a big bit of cloth hanging down. Then the wings on here, again damaged, scratched and scarred, armor plates missing, great big holes and rents in them. They look much more damaged. They do hang below the bottom of the base, so quite how you're going to put the model down, I don't know. I think I must have put my Strygon on the base wrong, because lots of the wings seem to hang down. So yeah, but again, I've got too much glue in the magnet holes here, so I need to sand those out a little bit. But they're looking pretty cool. And then finally, last head, and this one I think is the coolest. So this one, I'm just going to take these off so it's easier to see. So he's got the little eye caps and everything, so this is the original version. The armor plating and everything around it, and bits of extra cloth and things hanging off, so it gives us an extra spot colours to put on, match it into the army a little bit more, but it's a happy looking chappy. So yeah, all of those printed on a Mazz 5 Pro with the 8K Elegoo resin, extreme ash mail, and his flock of bats there as well. They've all come out nicely. My cat has obviously been on here. There we go. I did not use the pre-supported ones. I supported these myself. I think I'm going to have to reprint Ashmail. He looks really cool, but I've just had a tiny little fail print on the back of his sword here. But again, that's from printing myself. Maybe I can fix that, just heat it up and bend it back to shape, but I'll have a look. If not, we'll just print him again. He looks so cool, can't wait to paint him. And then Extreme High Scene, chilling on her rock. She came out great. That huge, great big sword. So yeah, she's looking really cool. Can't wait to paint her as well. Then I've got some other, some Infernal bits and pieces and some Crucible Guard bits and stuff ready to go as well. So all looking cool. Come along to the next painting stream if you want to see me painting. We're getting on with the Vordak and Strygon next. Probably get the Vordak done first. So the next painting stream will be up soon. Keep an eye on the channel, subscribe, and you'll see when it comes up. You get a notification, tick the little bell thing, and we'll get through painting that. And if you want to see how I do the flesh for my wings, you want to watch the airbrushing method to get to this stage, then give me a shout, put a comment on here, and we'll do an airbrushing stream, and you can see how that works. Cool. Thanks very much, everyone. See you soon. Bye.